Yo, I'm back. And I'm back with my Stubby 21, my most used device currently, and since I've had it, really. Problem that I have with it is the battery drain, the voltage drop. I don't know what the technical term for it is, but where with any battery that I put in there, I find that once the battery gets to about 45 to 35%, well, according to the display, about 45 to 35% left capacity, I'm getting horrendous power drop. It gives you a live display of what power the device is feeding, and I'll be set at 45 watts. As soon as the battery drains below half, I'm noticing, even on the live display, the wattage is dropping. So it's giving me 25 watts instead of 45. I've got in contact with Suicide Mods. I mean, I moaned about this on social media, as I do. And somebody said just get in contact with Suicide Mods and they'll sort you out. So I did. And they did. They asked me to send them some photos and videos of what the problem was. And then next thing you know, they got that set out to me. In that set is another top plate, a new board, chip, board, whatever you want to call it. And what else is included? A new battery spacer, which personally I think was the only problem. I don't think there was a problem with the chip, don't think there was a problem with the top plate, but they sent me all of them. I'm gonna swap them all out. So I am running the Crypt V2 in the Stubby, as you just saw, that green tank. I did a written piece on that because my recorded piece got corrupted. So you can find that on YouTube or on Facebook. And on the left here is the new battery spacer, and on the right is the old one. And as you can see, there is a lot more surface area contacts with the battery using the new one. And I personally think that was the only problem. Trying to get the top plate off now. It's not typical screws, it's like star-shaped ones, so you will need a technical screwdriver kit or like a phone repair kit, PC repair kit type screwdriver to take these off. So we undid all the visible screws, and I was expecting it just to pop right out. And it didn't. Thought maybe it's a bit stiff. Get something just to better apply some force. But after so long, I decided that I shouldn't do that, just in case there's something I'm missing. And spoiler, there was something I'm missing. So now we're going at the chip. This is regular Phillips screws. And there are magnets on the back of the plates, which I didn't realise. And those magnets are brilliant for just keeping those little screws in place. I think that's a feature that anything that has small screws should have. Just tiny little magnets right next to the screw holes. So when you take the screw out, it just sticks next to the hole that it needs to go back into. Anything that requires screws needs that. That's a genius idea. Whether that was just a happy accident or they intended to do that, doesn't matter to me, but I loved it. Once you undone the screws, taking the plate off, there is your board. I am considering, well, I need to find out if it's compatible first, but they do a DNA board for the Stubby 21 X-Ray. I want to say it should be the same shape, so it should fit in. So I don't like the Stubby 21 X-Ray. I don't like all the extra cutouts. I prefer a more restricted vape. And I don't like much of my device being exposed, because I might want to use it outside and it might be raining. So the X-ray is not for me, but if I can get the DNA board in this, I might make the purchase, you know. Took me a while to find the right size Allen keys to undo the gold screws there. And the black screws on the front of the chip are all just regular Phillips. I don't know how fragile these things are. It's the first time I recall changing a board Innovate device. And I didn't know if they were more fragile than most other PCBs. So I'm being very, very careful with it here. And I unscrewed the screws like in a rotation to ease off the pressure equally. But once I got it out, I did realize that you can't throw them around. They're not made to be thrown around and chewed on and stuff, but you don't need to go at them with baby gloves. You can just grab the thing. I'm just having a look inside because I've never seen on inside there before, looking to see if there's any moisture. And there wasn't really. I couldn't quite tell if there was moisture on it or if it was just like the light reflecting on the device. But I thought, just get right in every crevice anyway and give it a wipe. What harm could it do? And then that's when I spotted there. That's what I was missing earlier on, to take the top plate out. So don't try tearing it out before you've taken the board out, because the board is actually attached to the top plate. As you can see, there is a bit of moisture. It looks like grease, so that could just be very, very old e-liquid sat underneath there for a long time, so much so that it sort of starts to look almost like Vaseline. But I gave it a good thorough cleaning out. And then I've got the new top plate there, which looks exactly the same as the old one. Might be something with the threading I'm missing, the thickness of the plate, I don't know, but I couldn't see any difference between the two. So you get new screws for the chip with the kit, but you don't get new screws for the top plate. As with any upgrade modification on anything really, don't throw anything away until you are completely done. If you are going to throw it away at all, that is anyway. Always better off just saving bits if you've got the space. So having a comparison of the chips, the PCBs, I don't know what I'm looking at with those things, I'll be honest with you. So I was just looking to see if there was anything obviously different, and there wasn't. Do be sure to put yours in the right way around. Here we go. I couldn't find anything that was different between the two boards, but I don't know what I'm looking at. So if you noticed any difference, please do let me know. It'll be interesting to find out. Just pop a comment below. Nice one. So the gold screws go into the slightly gold plated. I don't know if it is gold plated, but you can see there's gold metallic colouring at least around 3 of the holes, and that's just where the gold screws go back into. And then the black screws go in the remaining 3 holes, and you'll notice I didn't screw them down all the way. I just got them to catch the threading a bit, and then screwed them in a couple of times, and I'll tighten them down all at the end. But it was an absolute nightmare figuring out how to get those screws back in there, and this is the method I found that works the best. I'll get the screw, place it near the hole, and then sort of just fish it into the hole with the screwdriver. Once the screw is near the hole, and poke it in just like that. There we go. That's the only way I found. I mean, I like to think I'm quite nimble with my fingers, quite dexterous, but obviously not enough. So there's the magnets that are on the back of the board, as you can, back of the faceplate, as you can see. And I have no idea why they're there, other than just to keep the screws in place when you take them out. And that again is genius. I think that pleased me so much to see. It's now a feature that I would want on any device that I may design in the future. Yes, I stole it. I'm going to tell you from now, if I design a device and it has that feature, I stole it from the Stubby. Hold my hands up already. I was giving everything a wipe down as I go. And then same technique with the screws here, really. It's not as bad with the magnets being next to the holes. It's not going to fly away or anything. He says it's not as bad, but it looks like it's taking me ages, but the other one was sped up, bear in mind, alright? It wasn't a complicated process at all. There was something on the front of the box that was like our scan me to watch instructions. And then that leads you to a video by Vaping with Bogan, sorry. And it's midway through the video, at least. It starts like the tutorial on how to get to the board. Like prior to that in the video, it's a demonstration of the device and like an unboxing and an overview sort of thing. And that's all good, but that's not why I'm here. I just want the instructions, so I wanted to open a video and it's step one, but it wasn't that. So that annoyed me, and I never watched the video, I'll be honest. Sort of just figured it out as I went along, as you saw. Trying to put the battery plate back on now, battery spacer, battery reducer, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's the thing that makes the battery connect. It's not the easiest thing to get back into place, but it's by no means difficult. The block back in, and the Crypto V2 tank, which I really do enjoy. It's my tank of choice now. Notice I've taken the O-ring off the bottom of the 510 adapter, if that's what it's called. I always do that. I can't remember where I saw that being a tip, but since I tried that on any all-in-one or borrow device, it works a treat. So that there was what the battery level was on before I changed everything. And as you can see now, it's picking up that there's more power left in the battery, which, again, unless I'm missing something with the chip, can only be down to the battery connection, which is far better now with this. So if you've had similar problems with your Stubby, that might be the problem. Peace.